Compliment of the season. Let me sing one song, and not the way the original artist actually sang it, but let's just use it as a way to go. I don't believe in superstar, no Superman, no entertainers. I don't believe in ratu-razas. They are all living in USA. I don't believe in making noise, because noise making will not lead us anywhere. I believe in mommy and daddy. I believe in saying the truth. And I believe in being me. Yeah, this is a spiritual period, you understand? We have been talking and talking and talking, and my voice is not very clear anyway. I will start by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and then to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. As always, is still George ONYIBE. I'm reaching you from Biafra land. And then with every degree of certainty that Biafrans around the globe will be able to have access to this broadcast. The greatest mistake we can make in a time like this as a people who refer themselves as Biafrans, people within the South and the Southeast, who have allowed themselves to be corrupted by the activities of Nnamdi Kanu in the guise of freedom fighting, is to wish this evil never happened, is to pretend this matter should be swept under the carpet. You are making a grievous mistake, and I'm telling you, you will not survive the outcome. This morning, a very quick one, I want to bring your attention to the issue regarding Emma Powerful. You see, we understand how Nnamdi Kanu functions. He is predictable and it is pathetic. He is just a dummy, a very brainless idiot. I'm telling you about Nnamdi Kanu. He don't have sense. Just watch since he betrayed all the people who have sense that were guarding him. Just watch Ipob structure. You will see what hell he would have entered in the name of Biafra from Nnamdi Kanu. But it's not done yet. We have assured him, George ONYIBE have assured him, end of his business, end of his career. That is what we are helping him. He needs to come home and enjoy the Biafra. He will enjoy it in Afari Beku and the rest places. Now, without being biased, focusing on the real issue. If you watch social media lately, the trending issue from Simeon Ekpa, a contractor to change narrative for Nnamdi Kanu, recruited by Nnamdi Kanu, they are showing you picture of a man powerful in a chemist shop. I kept quiet because I want to know where they are coming from and where they are going to. And then on the 23rd of this December, as he dey hot, as he dey pepper, one criminal they call Darlington, who is busy destroying marriage in Igbo land. I don't want to mention the name of the women Darlington have destroyed their marriage, because I don't have issue with those people. But he's hiding his own wife in the same Igbo land, destroying other people's home. He made a post and was trying to defend China Sanguru, and then he pretended they are quarreling with Simeon Ekpa, so that you now know who Emma Powerful is. Now, I need you to pay attention. First of all, who is Emma Powerful? A publicity secretary in charge of issuing press communique. So what is the big deal about Emma Powerful if he's a publicity secretary, if his job is to issue a press communique? Because in Ipob, I have issued a lot of press communique. I've written a lot of letters to different organizations and societies. Most of these letters were not written by me, but another person handed over to me to present to the people. And so it has to come as if I wrote it. Why am I bringing it up? If a man powerful is this powerful. If a man powerful is a publicity secretary. Why all of a sudden everybody is like, a man powerful, he's a chemist, a man powerful, it's not a man powerful, it's a man powerful. There is something they want to change. And when they change it, now the Kano will be able to escape from his atrocity in Igbo land against Igbo people, because he says he's fighting for Biafra. I'm not saying against Nigeria, because if Nigerians discharge him in acquitted, no problem. Nigerians are there to speak for themselves. But for Biafrans, we encourage to join a process that will bring about genuine reformation, and then now the Kano criminalize the whole process, because he never had agenda for fighting for Biafra. Let us begin to guide you. So if you will have sense, you will get the sense. If you don't have sense, be following them. Now ask yourself a simple question. Why all of a sudden, the only thing Simeon Ekpa can tell you, no Igbo woman picture to share on social media. No Igbo woman naked picture to show. Now he's telling you, look at him, how powerful. We have busted him. He's inside, he's a pharmacy. He's selling in a chemist shop. Oh, he's from Imo State. Why are they trying to move your attention away from Nnamdi Kanu, Emmanuel Kanu, as a more powerful? Now, Biafrans, the guy they are posting on social media, that is a more powerful. It's not a more powerful. A more powerful is Nnamdi Kanu junior brother, Fine Boy. Fine Boy is a more powerful. Fine Boy Nnamdi Kanu junior brother, the one going to Abuja, working with DSS, he's a more powerful. So all the press communique he issued on behalf of his brother, is it somewhere going to indict them in the nearest future? So they want to push it to another person as a scapegoat? Biafrans, pay attention to that story. I'm not going to unveil it completely. Let me be able to know where they are coming out from. So the moment they come out, I can be able to hit them, put them where they belong to. No, ask yourself, in a time like this, when Nnamdi Kanu need heart transplant, in a time like this where bingos are supposed to be demanding for unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, in a time like this where igodomigodo, igadamigada, autopilota, ndị bingo mwewunen mwatoro are supposed to be gingering the Christmas, unknown government ravaging Southeast, releasing Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra or we die. They are telling you about the more powerful. Ask yourself, what is unique about the more powerful that he now has to take over the stable of IPOB or Tapiapia, Media Warriors Association? Don't worry, you will know. But don't be in a hurry. We will show you how we catch this criminal and what he's doing to hide this truth. We are talking about the issue of IPOB being dissolved in UK, the registered family company. It's not trending. Why is it not trending? The first thing Nnamdi Kanu did when he has the privilege of addressing Nigerian court, before cross-examination, I'm not even sure his case has gone to the stage of being cross-examined. And that is when they are telling you have been discharged and acquitted. Nnamdi Kanu's recent case regarding international rendition has not even gotten to the stage of being cross-examined. His lawyers has not even properly introduced their case before Nigerian court. Not to talk of being discharged and acquitted. But that is not where we are going to. Now the Kanu's first approach to the court was that he's not a member of IPOB. He didn't trend because social media warrior don't want you to know. You didn't know he denied being a member of IPOB. And then a few days later, the deregistered IPOB Business Family International Limited Company. And then gradually they want to deceive you so that you don't know who Ima Powerful is. Watch them, let them disgrace themselves. But if you are from the South and the Southeast, know that Nnamdi Kanu Junior brother, fine boy, is Ima Powerful. Nobody else. All the people who, with the politicians and other people who have gotten involved with IPOB, they know now. Allen Onyema know now. Is it not Allen Onyema that took them to America trying to encourage Nigerian youth to do well? Will he say you don't know who Ima Powerful is? Now they cannot stop disgracing your people. Now they are busy telling you, oh, it's not Ima Powerful. The guy selling chemist is not Ima Powerful. If that one is selling chemist, it's not selling chemist. This is not a place to sell personality. But what I need you to pay attention is, find out why are they trying to tell you that Nnamdi Kanu Junior brother is no longer Ima Powerful. Something is about to come up. But then, tell Nnamdi Kanu, he has ended his career. The only way he has to free himself from this hulu ballow he have created, which must eventually boomerang, is for him to come out, apologize to Nigeria that he lied, apologize to the people he called saboteur, and then he should come back home and then tell them our real atrocity. We will own up to it. But you see all this game he's playing, he has made a mistake. Most of us are suffering today for what we don't know. Each time we approach the truth, they will shut us up. Now let me tell you something. As an Igbo man and your extraction, when we go home, we think about the well-being of our people. And there is always this sentiment in the atmosphere each time we talk about the overall interest of the Igbo nation. And each time our elders begin to speak up, you will be duff-handed. And why is this? Because a lot of atrocity having been committed against our people, our Igbo brothers in the Southeast don't allow us to speak up. If we speak up, they say, shut up, shut up, shut up, then gather against us, then shut us up. They warned me. But the reason I will not stand up today and begin to fight the Igbo man in the Southeast is because without the Igbo man in the Southeast, this truth will be buried. This atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu will grow roots because my people know the truth and you cannot tell them otherwise. I explained this thing to some of them who can reason. I told you, Chimefo, I said, look at the problem, look at the problem. Those of them who can reason, they call Nnamdi Kanu, don't do this thing, don't do this thing. You know, that is how it always has been. I hear one of the idiots talking about the issue of, let me leave that side. They warned Nnamdi Kanu, don't do this. I ask you, Igbo man in the Southeast, who is the first leader of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo? Is it not Anyoma man? Why was this man, or why is it that Anyoma is no longer part of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo? We are saboteurs, right? Now, what I'm trying to make you understand is this is how the criminals among us change narrative. If I come and I say, oh, I'm not an Igbo man, you will see them, they say, we said it, don't mind them, they hate Igbo. Most of them are be idiot too. Now, look at how they are stage managing you. Darlington, as he dey pepper, as he dey hot, is busy telling you, the man Simeon Ekpa say is a more powerful, it's not a more powerful. Don't mind them, don't mind them. Then Simeon Ekpa is deceiving some mugus from the other angle and say, yes, we busted a more powerful inside the chemist shop. Is it to deceive Nigeria or to deceive a fellow Igbo man? I need you to find out that there is something cooking. I won't say it yet. Let them finish disgracing themselves. That is why I say pay attention. pay attention. Biafran, pay attention. Because when the time will come, I will say, go back to that broadcast I tagged, pay attention. A lot is at stake. This thing you are doing, and then a lot is at stake. Ask yourself a question. Nnamdi Kanu need a heart transplant. I heard the Nigerian DSS stole his heart. I know he didn't have heart before. Then the small one he has, Nigerian DSS stole it and sold it. I don't know the one they want to transplant. It's not of any concern to them. The legal department, social media lawyers of IPOB have told you Nnamdi Kanu need a heart transplant. They have been able to control his purge, Gastilian intestine emurundus. He has been cured of that. They are not paying attention. They are not dragging you to a more powerful. They want to keep your brain dormant with a more powerful. Let's look at the two groups projecting the issue of a more powerful to change narrative. Darlington. Who is Darlington? Darlington were one of those first devoters, genuine lovers of Biafra from inception, even before I joined IPOB. He was not in Nigeria, one of these African countries. He came back to join the volunteer to defend Biafra land. It's okay. Sorry. Sorry for that. He came back to join the volunteer. Along the line, when Bright Chimezie, Benjamin Madubugu, Chideberongu, Diwe, David Nwawisi, and the rest of them were arraigned before the court with Nnamdi Kanu, alongside Nnamdi Kanu, he became Nnamdi Kanu personal assistant, representing Bright Chimezie. And so he has access to certain information. He has access to Nnamdi Kanu. He has most record. And so it was easy for him to blackmail whoever he wanted to blackmail. And by the time they were planning to set me up, they sent him to live in the house of one Yoruba man. That is why I told you, anything about this Biafra, we are being sold by certain true enemy of Nigeria. Because some from Yoruba land are playing their role. Some from Hausa land are playing their role. Some from Igbo land are playing their role. I have not been able to pick it together, but I have had contact with all of them. You know, when I deliver message in code, I don't know what the essence of most of those information are, but I know something is fishy. He went to Yoruba land. He had comfort. Most of his broadcast is done from Yoruba land. But I will not come out now and say this is the Yoruba man harboring Biafra agitators in their own home. But it's always like that. Let's leave it at home. Darlington was well protected in Yoruba land. And broadcasters like me were allowed to be hunted down here in Biafra land. Darlington has access to a huge amount of money. When Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, Darlington from Enugu was the person who introduced criminality into Enugu. I didn't want to fight that guy, but I always call him. I said, all this criminality in Enugu, you are always behind it. Why? I have been to Enugu. I know everything about Enugu. We can go and ask Professor Elliot Uku and the rest of them. Darlington was the major sponsor of terrorists in Enugu land. Enugu people don't know. Now, bringing Darlington forward, looking at who Darlington is, he carried the atrocity and entered Delta State. There is one Anambra man, those of you who are IPOB, you will know. He worked with the DSS, with the Nigerian DSS, but he's a hardcore die-member IPOB. He lives in Asaba. And then, Anyoma people gathered a huge amount of money and gave to Darlington. And say, send to Nnamdi Kanu in prison. Am I telling you they did bad? They didn't do bad. I am sending a signal to all of them. When this matter will set and any of them will come out, I will make sure that will be the last thing they will do in their life. Because now they cannot have his family member in the Nigeria in Tapo. Nigeria, you know, in Kakus. When they finish setting you up, they use the same Nigeria they are fighting against to bring you down. Is this who we really are? Let me continue. Then they called me and said, this is the amount of money we gave to Darlington to give Nnamdi Kanu. And from every information, he has eaten the money. Do you know Darlington eat that money? I never called him thief. I never said anything to him. I only called him. I understand something like this happen. He said, yes, he is going to give Onyendu. Onyendu is aware. I kept him quiet. He ate that money today. Nobody is broadcasting against him. Because without people like us in the system coming out to expose these people atrocity, none of you will believe. Today, when I begin to have issue with Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu assigned certain people he know I respect to address me. Barrister Jofo is one of them. Darlington is one of them. It's only these two that are showing themselves. So let's be looking at them. Darlington called me and we had some chat about the truth he know. And then he started talking rubbish. Sorry, just cold here. And he started telling me, how can you say like this? For God's sake, you are the African rep. Do like this and do like that. I said, Darlington, why are you talking to me as if I'm naive or ignorant? He didn't want to listen. I cut him off. From that day, I stopped communicating with him. I said, Choko, your former, knowing what happened between me and Darlington, decide to open as he dey hot, as he dey pepper for Darlington. Now, understand the first job or contract Darlington did to blackmail his people like me, is as he dey pepper. Okay, foreign and other people were forging teller. How George ONYIBE stole money. George ONYIBE exposed season 1. George ONYIBE exposed season 2. George ONYIBE exposed season 3. To the extent that they killed one Anambra woman, Josephine Abiru Sofena, Plateau State woman leader, that I was sleeping with this woman. This woman had a quarrel with the husband. And in less than 2 weeks of this quarrel, the woman died. They said she's a lecturer in Plateau State. They said many things. The woman is dead. Within 2 weeks, this propaganda was going on as if they pepper, as if they hot. The woman died. You people don't know how many innocent blood that are crying against those of you supporting Nnamdi Kanu. Those blood will visit your home, those supporting Nnamdi Kanu. We only ask you, move back. Let the gods of our land take rightful decision. You are still supporting criminality. Now look at where they are dragging you to. If people like us move away, they will say it is Igbo people, it is Igbo people. I will not allow anybody to condemn a whole nation because of the sin of one man. I have always been saying it. And this one around, every Igbo man will answer their father name. And those who say that Nnamdi Kanu is their Hamadike, we will show you where they come from and where they belong to. Move away from Nnamdi Kanu. Let us sanitize our land. So, as they hot and as they pepper, is Nnamdi Kanu platform where he tells them what to broadcast. Let's go back to broadcast a little bit. I begin to have problem with Nnamdi Kanu. Because we got to a stage, they are the one who want to tell me what to broadcast. I made it clear in one of my broadcasts. Today they will say, Kosi Yoruba. Tomorrow they say, Kosi Hausa. Next tomorrow they say, Kosi Igbo. Kosi this one. One day they will tell me, say, Kosi your papa. I said, I won't do that anymore. I won't do that anymore. Mazi Mefo is aware of this issue. And the only advice he gave to me, he said, George, whatever you see on that radio, understand two things. Number one, make sure it is a verifiable truth. Number two, understand that you are responsible for what happened there. And so when somebody come and tell you, say like this, or want to say something that is not in line with your broadcast, cut the person off. Once you hold that mic, you are in charge of that platform. Forget about who is talking to you. With this two mindset, I could resist all of them. No, you can imagine in the Kanu somewhere photoshopping video how he is in golf party or hockey party with Donald Trump. And then China Sanwo-Olu is calling me and sending the picture. Tell our people that Nnamdi Kanu is going to have discussion with Donald Trump this evening. You can imagine such rubbish. So Nnamdi Kanu have platform where he dishes lie to them. You can imagine Simeon Ekpa is one of the agents that managed the company that made Buhari Iye. Photoshop Buhari El Sudani Subri. Simeon Ekpa is one of them. Simeon Ekpa is among those people who know how to, video edit, photo edit. Nnamdi Kanu. See Buhari Iye, see Buhari knows. All of you are deceiving us, so we lose track. Pay attention. So anything you hear from Darlington as he dey hot, it's Nnamdi Kanu trying to change narrative. Anything you hear from Autopilot, is trying to make Nnamdi Kanu leave all of you in disarray. They know what they are doing. And then I listened to that broadcast where they are trying to defend who is a more powerful, who is not a more powerful. And I heard them saying something about Terere Merini. That is how I call him. Terere Merini is the new African rep. I was removed and replaced by my own people. Nnamdi Kanu removed me. Then unofficially, and then replaced me with my own people. Everybody on social media, everybody within my office, he brought in Anyoma people. Where is Faith Ogala? Amote Biafra, they are all there. And then they went to pick Teriri Merere. Now, the new African rep is a primary school teacher in one of the Yoruba daycare center in Lagos. He lives in the school premises. I encouraged him to join IPOB. He told me he worked for the Yoruba, and if they know he's involved in such activity, they will sack him. He told me if IPOB can pay for accommodation for him, he will join. But now he can't risk his job. But do you know he didn't join? But he was a sympathizer. And so, how Nnamdi Kanu then were able to went behind, look for a job person to show you his job is involved? They picked Terere Merere. I have had somebody I respect, a media warrior, writing that Terere Merere, the new African rep, is responsible for the trouble going on in Enugu. And then I begin to ask, how can a German from Delta State be causing havoc in Enugu? The same way some of them are telling you that George ONYIBE is the one destroying Igbo land. I am the leader of unknown gunmen ravaging Igbo southeast. And so, what is the credibility of the sense of Igbo man if I will leave my region peacefully and come and destroy your region and you are happy about it? What is your credibility as a wise man you claim to be? So each time most of us are trying to blackmail people, we do not check the ripple effect, how it affects us in the end. And so the Enugu boy is telling you that a German is the one destroying Enugu IPOB family. The same way they will tell you that Asari Dokubo is the head of Ibubago and Asari is the one killing Igbo people. And Darlington, in that his last broadcast, sent out a message to Terere Merere. Now, all these things they are doing is that IPOB is a fraud platform. And if you are sincere, you go closely, you will see them. Terere Merere, the new African rep, is gradually coding the truth. Because what they do is they give you gifts. They now dash you something to blind you. I don't like free food. When you give me gift, I look at you closely. Because I know most gifts are meant to buy your conscience. And you see, my conscience is not for sale. I know few people in their life who has given me money. And I know what every money they give to me represent. I know what it represents. I have millions of friends all over the world today as we speak. This is Christmas. It's very difficult on this aspect side of life. It's only one person in the whole world that called me and dashed me 10,000 naira and dashed my wife 20,000 naira, 30,000. Only one man. And he said to me, I'm not giving you this because we are doing Biafra. I'm giving you this because I see you as my brother. You are my brother, Judge. He's Igbo man, he's not Igbo man, the whole world. That is to tell you, most people who gave me gifts in the past is so when Biafra come, their family will be recognized. I will recommend them for the kind of family for endorsement. Rubbish. And then some will think they can use you. Now, they have blinded Terere Merere with gift. I disassociate myself with the boy. Because I know they will rubbish him. Look at Faith Ogala, Abo woman coming to lie against me. Abo woman and a member of Anyoma Defense coming to lie against me. She forgot the ethics of our belief. Because now the kind who gave them money. Where are the social media warriors? I have not started broadcasting. I am saving my energy for Nande Kanu to finish his negotiation and come and broadcast. Now today, the news is coming. Terere Merere is the one destroying Ipob. He's a member of DOS. You don't pick people to deceive people that everybody is involved. You go through the real process. Let everybody come out. Today, with the false propaganda everywhere, we say, let's march. It's time for Biafra. You will be oppressed within the Biafran territory. Why? Because everything has been done with deception, deceit. Terere Merere, less than 1 year, it's not the problem of Ipob. When we talk now, they go say, na river no, na coastal region no, na this one no. Was it not yesterday? I sat back and I was having a discussion with a sister. We were analyzing what has happened in the struggle so far. We were analyzing people who were victimized because they identified with the Biafran struggle. And you see one of the persons that the name popped up, that man have suffered. That man have suffered. And I know the next person that will go and discuss issue of Biafra with that man, you may receive cutlass. But then some idiot as he say, he's a betrayer, he's a saboteur. Who we know now the canon criminality, stinking dirtiness, and are not revolt except the person is as low as the canon. So maybe Merere Terere, the new African rep, is now beginning to see the Abrakatami Brakata. And he has started resisting the system. I thought Ipob have a conflict resolution committee. Why don't you take these dirty issues and address them? You are deceiving who? Yoruba? Or you are deceiving Hausa Fulani? Or you are deceiving your people? We can be able to coordinate ourselves. But not until you see all these little activities that are denting the image of our people and begin to disassociate yourself from it. We are not going anywhere. Pay attention to the issue of Terere Merere, because that is the next platform they are going to use to cause problems between the South-South and the Southeast. Take note. Pay attention to it. Because it's almost time. That and they'll tell you, oh, South people are saboteur. South are saboteur. But everything the Igbo man is doing today in the Southeast, it started from the South. It started from the South. And they were all quenched by the Southeast. What are we not telling ourselves? And then we have started from another place. Every problem in the struggle, Biafra agitation led by Nnamdi Kanu today is caused by the southeast. And the people of the south are meant to bear the brunt. This is not what everybody came together to do. This is a tactic used by criminals. And if you are not fully informed, you will think it's a people that is doing it. No. There is a pendulum of chaos that has been initiated in the society already. You can't solve it except you know it exists. So our work here is to make you know that the pendulum of chaos exists. So you study how it functions. We can be able to solve this problem once and for all. I have access to a documentary program on a comprehensive review on the academic structure of Africa in the earlier colonial era. A teacher in one of the African black people's school was asked about the response of African child towards education. And the woman said, they are following up pretty fine. And the journalist asked her, from your experience, would you say the black child and the European child, which one is responding faster to education? And the European woman said, honestly, the ability of the black child to respond to education is far higher than that of the European child. And the woman said the way the black child, these were early 50s, were responding to education is unbelievable. We didn't notice it. And then you have over 21 million people from within a region of Africa at that session. They have about 590 secondary school, about 4,000 and something primary school, and then only one university. Yet with all this deprivation, people were able to excel academically. But look at where we still are today. Why? Because a pendulum of chaos is introduced to bring Africans on their knee. A pendulum of chaos is introduced in Nigeria to keep Nigerians where they are today. The same pendulum of chaos is introduced in the Biafra agitation. It is introduced in Igbo land. It is introduced in Yoruba land. It is introduced in Fulani land, in Hausa land. It is introduced in every community within the African land. You cannot get past where they want you to get. We just want you to study the system. So these people will not be able to sell us. If we don't correct this mess, very soon, South will say Southeast, you are a saboteur. Southeast will say South, you are a saboteur. We begin to fight ourselves. But we are not the problem. The main stake actors, they are the problem. Feto Gala, then we are on Radio Biafra. Oh, Judge ONYIBE stole money. That is why I remain grateful to my brother Bruno, who came voluntarily on his own and exposed Feto Gala as a true son of a normal man that he is. But today, most of you will justify that lie. After all, no being people they talk about them. Say, no being people. Which way, Biafrans? I've not heard Wike is a Hitler lately. And most people who say Wike is a Hitler, I am seeing them gradually rejoicing. Oh, Wike want to join P2B. No get sense. Wike has unveiled his bullet van proof to vote for P2B. So because Wike now want to vote for P2B, he's now a good man, right? Let us keep records straight too. But say the truth, when I sound biased, when I sound offended, when you are analyzing me, say anyway, what the guy said here is good, but he would not have gotten to that extent, then it shows you are being fair. You don't just hit the hammer on anybody because you want to make a point. When I come on and the Kanu have done well, I'll say, yes, he did well here. But then, very soon, It is supposed to be a fight now between South and Southeast. And then the people you call your enemy will be judging your matter. I see some of them say, I will arrest you, I will do you this one. I thought Nigerians don't have law. So you are arresting me with a lawless Nigerian police. What are you expecting? For them to make that jungle justice on me? Criminals everywhere. Now, two things are there. There are plans to hit the head of the South and Southeast together. Pay attention to it. It has started again. They will strike Merere Tenere. Merere Tenere, good morning. It was said that when Biafra war ended and Ken Salu was executed, Ojukwu went to Ogoni land. And when he got there, he said, Ogoni, una good morning, no. Merere Tenere, new now the Kano African rep of changing narrative. Good morning, no. Welcome to the club. My father advised me. He said, when a woman kisses you, most especially the one that is beautiful, my son, don't be carried away by that kiss. First of all, find out if it is your heart she comes for or your treasure. You are wonderful. You are good. They are hailing you on Facebook. You are happy. Go back and look at my broadcast 3 years ago. I look like a god. They say, look at his voice. Like a thunder voice. He look like a god. Lion man. Oh my God. This man is angelic. Sent from our ancestors. We have been there. The same people who were praising you, oh, you are a warrior, you are formidable. They are not the one calling you Sabo, ONYIBE, Onyoshi, Atoro, Ewu, Melu. Good morning, oh. It will dawn on you. They supporting those criminals. You are DOS. You people pay attention. You didn't get the main detail. I'm just giving you hints. I will elaborate it later. And then the final one. What is it now they cannot trying to hide? How much did the more powerful collect from Nigeria? How much did the more powerful collect? Why are they trying to hide away from that issue about the more powerful? All of a sudden, Emmanuel Kanu is no longer a more powerful. Now they are snapping picture of somebody on the chemist shop and tell you, oh, look at the more powerful. They will kill innocent man. And some of them usually say, ONYIBE, if you are bold enough, come out on live Facebook. My brother, I'm preparing for my own talent display. When I go give you my swagger, na shakademos and pliers. And I go do it for your community street. Because you know get sense. But then each time you are asking me, show your face. Why you know they touching us and want you to show his face? So my face is good to show. China Sanworu face is not good to show. And I no get sense. Tomorrow now, then bring picture of another person. I say, look at China Sanworu. Look at China Sanworu. And that is after he want to hide away from the blood of Igbo people he has swept. There are many of them on ground here. They don't even talk about Biafra. But they are the true instruments that are destroying Igbo people. I confronted one of them in one forum. He's from Anambra. He lives in Anambra, but he's part of the people who plant unknown government in a, what do you call it? In Ebonyi State. And if I call his name now, most of you will be shocked. I told him yesterday, I said, the day I will drag you out, God will not save you that day. So why you listen to brokers, monitor people around you. The system have been so compromised. But if we have spent 10 years to tell you to come out and support a genuine process for liberation, my brother, we are ready to spend another 50 years to tell you that that process was actually compromised. Those people never meant what they said. Let me stop here. I don't intend to make this go faster. Just two things. People of South and Southeast, if you see any article trying to make you hate somebody from South or Southeast, Move away from it. I'm not talking about the issue of Nshima. Autopilota managed a page known as Igbo history. The Igbo history, they were writing about Nshima. How Nshima want to kill Igbo people. How Nshima do this one. How Nshima is turning Akwa Ibom against Igbo. How Nshima he do like this one. But Nshima was recruited by Nnamdi Kanu. Nshima worked with Simeon Ekpa. When Biafra is no longer selling, they create Idu Kingdom. At that highway and Nelly Ofuegbu, they run their own department of Idu Kingdom. Aibo Sendi Idu. Nshima all this time didn't hate Igbo people. Maybe Nshima is knowing the truth now. Instead of you to address Nshima criminality, you are now saying Nshima say Akwa Ibom people kill Igbo. Nshima is doing like this. Nshima do that one. And I responded to them there. Why are you focusing on Nshima? When you know it's Nnamdi Kanu that employed him. And some people will come and say, oh, it will not be well with your generation and all your family and you will not die a natural death. My brother, I will not say amen and I will not reject it. But I say, God, from your mouth, let God declare judgment on you. And it will happen to you first of all. If you have father, it will happen to your father. And then it will happen to the entire generation of Nnamdi Kanu before it will come to me. And I accept it. Because he who must come to equity must come with clean hand. Aiji kwa fona aga waji amama. Eji mo fo. Ikwere mango say eji ohuo. Eji mo ohuo. You don't get it. We are not saying those ones who Ndi Igbo pay attention. Anybody dragging you to hate anybody now, don't be part of it. So we know where our problem is coming from. Ndi Niger Delta and the Biafra, don't be part of it. Anybody within the south and southeast trying to hit anybody, don't go there. Nnamdi Kanu cannot sell without lie. Nnamdi Kanu market cannot sell without deceiving. Nnamdi Kanu and his group, they can't sell without certain confusion. Don't give them that privilege. And then sit back and watch the drama of Emma Powerful. They are going to shut it down. Now that I have responded, they won't talk about it again. Watch heart transplant. The plan now is dead on arrival. They won't tell you now they cannot need heart transplant again. I'll stop there so that I will not review what I don't want to review. Please, in the spirit of the moment, I pray God will guide all of you and your family. I pray the real you will manifest, and so that in 2023 we walk for the light, even though we live in the dark. Because this is who we are, Biafran watchmen. We live in the dark to serve the light. I remain George ONYIBE, and I sign up. Don't forget, what I said may not make sense to everybody. It's not everybody I want to make sense to. Those who are listening. Jesus said in Matthew 24, and other reference, in fact, he was referencing the prophetic declaration of Daniel. He said, when you see the abomination of dissolution spoken by the prophet Daniel standing in the holy place, those of you who are still reading the Bible, pay attention. So when you see the abomination of dissolution, atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu and his career freedom group of company, counterbalancing everywhere in Igbo land and in Biafra land, those of you who listen to my broadcast, pay attention. We have a nation to deliver. Goodbye from here and remain focused. Day one. Oh, sorry, let me see. I didn't notice Nnamdi Kanu social media recruit. Let me see if any of them actually cost themselves anyway. I have Ikechukwu Usisia. I don't understand what that symbol means, but Kelechi there's a gossip with lies. Ndioshi. Kelechi benedictions the words in Saikula. May the spirit of Ibinokpa be with you and your family now and forevermore. And then you have Izuchukwu Okoli. Agumoke. Yes, no bingo, only Kelechi. Only Kelechi. Any other bingo? All the other good people, you are blessed. Holy Kelechi. No Nnamdi Kanu Mugu. Chinasa, your guys are not doing their job. Criminals everywhere. Bad market for them. Igbo Gadema, you are formidable. God bless you. Any Nnamdi Kanu idiot, are they on break or they drink kai last night? Today is bossing day. You better come and boss. Criminals everywhere. Nnamdi Kanu will be setting up Igbo people. And some people, Mugu cannot get the point there. Eh? Where are the other one? Nnamdi Kanu, he need heart transplant. Come and say the propaganda and Yoshi. Now they want to cause confusion. And the money they have collected to change narrative, they want to push it to unimaginable, unimaginary, more powerful. More powerful Nnamdi Emmanuel Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu junior brother is more powerful. Let's leave it at that for now. No other one. You say you are a bastard. Okay, you want to be noticed. Harrison. Yahoo. You know, see name? Harrison. Maybe you see Nnamdi Kanu fake account too. Harrison. I have acknowledged you as Atoro Mugu. Atoro Harrison. So you were here before. You are getting sense. Go where they will razzle you. And then, yeah, we are formidable. If they don't release Nnamdi Kanu, we will burn Abuja in the Atoro. You have turned to a common kidnapper. Picking pocket in your own community. And you will have the temerity to come on my platform and yap. Iwu. Harrison. Or what far papage? Atoro. In less than 2 years now. Tenere Merere. A holy man. A pen writer. They say he does magic with pen. Una blow up. He don't blow well now. He don't see the truth. Una one lesson in the Atoro. Now the Kanu, no more Yahoo for you. I sign off from here. Udoya derende chudo. Those who have ear, let them hear. Those who don't have ear, let them not hear. We continue from where we stop.